I'm always interested in art, or I've always been interested in art, and then it's become something that is very it's very inspiring, even for my work as a makeup artist, because um, I'm always looking at pieces of art when it comes to colors, when it comes to texture, when it comes to even like idea of on how things are captured or expressed. So it's very important for me to be in touch with art in general, to sort of like, see it, um, visiting museums or like watching movies, or just kind of like anything that is part of that world is generally inspiring for what I do. So generally speaking, when I work, when I'm doing makeup on people, or when I'm creating makeup for collection for brands, there's a lot of research. There is a lot of like um, finding finding things, a lot of finding inspiration. Sometimes it's by traveling. I normally work with other artists, like photographers or directors, to create the inspiration for a certain story that I'm telling. Whether it's before the creation of colors or afterwards, when we create the images of the commercial campaigns for the makeup. So there is a lot of like intertwining of like ideas between people and between places, textures, colors, materials, and that inspiration can come from everywhere. So for instance, an idea can start from something really, really simple, like, the water, or a certain like um, a certain a certain material that I see, and that can become a lip gloss, for instance. But then, in the process of this idea becoming an actual product, there is always so much that comes in. There's my experience finding those inspirations, whether I go on travels or I do it at home, researching different types of pictures, different types of textures, different types of perhaps fabrics and materials, and I put it all together in like a sort of mood. Then that becomes a story that we tell with words, and then in the meantime, there's mixing and transforming of these colors and textures into formulas that then become products. And then all of this has to be told in like an image that we work with. We work on with photographers and art directors and myself and all the people that are involved in the image making. So with this work, I really wanted to concentrate on texture, because I'm not sure that it comes across how important it is in the creation of, for instance, makeup in my case. But I'm sure for artists in general is one of the most important things to express what one is trying to say. And in this case, I just wanted to make it to make something that normally happens on a smaller scale, like the face, into a bigger scale, and give it a sort of expansion, so everybody could participate to this, to have this experience of the texture. It really is about expressing how a person feels when wearing certain textures on their faces, or how a viewer feels looking at these textures, and how they perceive the person, if it makes them feel like attracted to them, or if it makes them feel like they don't really want to come close to them. But it moves them in some way, so it creates either a barrier or it welcomes them in. So it's really about questioning that feeling in between two people when texture is present. Grazie.